we're good. So, okay, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make, I'm recommending 7. You can make as many as you want, but I'm saying 7 for the typical abalone shell. Would be suitable to make it look good and so on, and maybe by tomorrow we'll see the finished product. So what we're going to do next now is make these, show you how to make these, right? So what we're going to do, Gloria,
Yes.
is I jumped the gun here and I already tied a swivel on the end of the knot. You can see it, it's almost invisible, right?
Yeah.
So recommendation was 18 inches of strand for each of the 7 strands, right? So how do we do this now? We have a box that's about 18 inches wide, and I marked 2 inches between each.
Oh, you marked them with the
Sharpie.
The Sharpie?
Yeah, you can see the little dots and that. Yeah.
Okay, what he used before was an 18-inch pizza box. But
Yeah,
unless
it
you
works.
find a place that sells 18-inch pizzas,
So I found this in Gloria's garage, and it works probably better than the pizza box, so whatever, it works. All right. So what we're going to do now is string the line 18 inches back and forth. We're going to have 7 strands with some excess in between each strand.
what's the excess for?
The excess is to give you a little bit of leeway.
You got the 18,
Right.
you got the
Right.
box.
So now we're going to string 7 strands of monofilament line.
On these marked
Right.
places.
Right.
And he did that with a Sharpie pen
Yeah. And
on
here's the
both
thing. Is,
sides.
it has to be, the string has to stay pretty tight when you're going through it. Again, so we're dealing with monofilament. So I come up with a method of finishing nails or toothpicks and a little bit of tape to hold it tight. So what I did, I started below the mark, and with the snap swivel,
See what he did?
I just clipped it on there. Oops, I missed
I'm
it.
going to show.
Yeah,
Okay.
right here. Okay.
Okay.
So 18 inches, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to come across. I'm going to do the first row, and then you're going to do the rest of them. All right.
Okay.
So you get get an idea.
Get another toothpick.
Toothpick, or I use finishing nails when I ran a toothpicks, but so there we go. So there's one string. Here,
Ooh.
ancient musical instrument if we
Hey.
don't use the.
Yeah, if you don't want to make a
Yeah.
chime,
Yeah.
you make a...
So then what I did on here is I give it a wrap. 3 or 4
Let me
wraps.
see how...
Well, it's just wrapping it around the toothpick. It's
Okay.
not a big deal there on that by any means. Yeah.
Wrap it around twice,
So it's tight,
3
right.
times, till it's tight.
So then what? Well, we're going to get another toothpick and come down to the next mark
Oh.
and penetrate the box. Oops. I want to see where those toothpicks are. Anyway. Here we go. All right. Wrapping, wrap. Okay, so the line is tight. We have 18 inches here. We have about 3 or 4 inches between point 1 and point 2. All right.
Yep.
All right, Gloria.
Okay. So I'm going to go across,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to stick either a nail or a toothpick.
Oh no, go down a little bit lower. Look where it's at.
Okay, so that's about a 1/2 inch.
Go even an inch. Go further.
Even an
yeah.
inch?
Yeah.
Okay, I
Press
got
it in. If you can, don't cut yourself.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
Okay, and then go
Uh-huh.
twice around or 3 times around. I think we should have the camera on this.
You can see it.
Okay,
Okay.
can you see it?
Yep. Did a great job. right there.
Okay, and now we're going to go stick another toothpick in.
Correct, yeah.
I'm going to stick another toothpick in the 3rd mark
You want to sit down while
on
you're
this
doing
side. I could.
Mhm.
Good.
Nope.
Go down about an inch.
No, Gloria, look where the mark is. Yeah.
Go down about an inch.
Okay.
And twist it. 1, 2, 3 around the toothpick.
Yep.
And then go to this side
Okay.
and get another toothpick. And there's the next mark right here.
Good job, Gloria. She got 7 strands on here, which you probably can't see because it's light monofilament. There's 7 strands tightly strung back and forth and
It didn't
spaced
take
out.
that long either.
It was
I
pretty
mean,
quick.
once
She did great.
but
I mean, she did great. Yeah.
I got help.
Right.
So I'm
So-
going to be an expert by the time this is over. So just
So the
ask.
next part of the event is pretty simple now. Is we're going to use sea glass, the sea glass, and we have 7 strands, and I recommend again 7 pieces of glass
Okay.
of different colors per strand. Okay.
Okay.
Just to give you an idea, this type of deal right here. So what I do next then is just grab a handful, and lay them up here, and then I would very carefully choose one beautiful piece here, and then the first row, slip it under the wire,
Okay.
under
Let me
the
see.
string,
Put it under the string. Like,
whoops,
like
up
that?
close to the level,
Yeah.
to the swivel, yeah.
Okay,
to the very
so-
end, yeah.
to the end. Okay.
Yeah. Stick it in there nice and tight, and then maybe depends on your colors and so on. The next piece we're going to do is, does it have color in it, or is
It's
that
a
my
blue.
imagination? Yeah,
It's bluish,
okay.
light blue.
So again, there's 2 pieces now. I'm going to do the first row, and then you're going to do the rest of them. All right.
Okay.
All right.
It's
So
fun.
here's another. I like to stagger the colors and so on. And it
It's
looks
white
pretty,
and
yeah.
white.
So there's 3
White, blue,
pieces right
white.
there.
Okay.
Yeah. And you could twist them or however you want them. If you see a pretty shape, you could do a up, down.
Ooh, let's do this
triangle.
pretty blue one.
Okay. Slip it in there. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of nice. Is that you want it hanging like that or like that? You can move it. See?
Okay.
All right.
Got it.
So again, now we have maybe
That's clear.
another clear one like that.
And the green
There
one.
it is.
Yeah, I like that. That's pretty.
Okay. So how many pieces do we have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So
So
we need one more.
Right. So what we're going to end with dynamic blue.
Beautiful.
All right.
Beautiful.
Right here.
Okay.
The very end. Right.
Awesome.
Right. So now, what I did with my project now is to keep the string tight against each of the pieces of glass because there are various thicknesses. Is I used what do you call this stuff? Masking tape.
Yeah. What did you use that for?
Masking tape. I'm going to show you real quick. A simple little deal here. Doesn't take much. Tiny little piece. Tiny little piece of tape, and I would pick a spot on the monofilament and press it into the paper.
Oh, and that's
Okay,
to.
there's a reason for this. yeah.
Okay, tell us
Yeah.
the reason.
Well, when we do the epoxy,
It has to be touching the monofilament.
right, the glass and the monofilament have to make contact. It's going to slide off.
I know. But I just.
Yeah. So you get the idea here. You look at it very carefully. You may not even need it if you have all the same thickness of glass, but like here, this is 3 times as thick as this.
Oh yeah.
So it's up in the air, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't need much tape, just a tiny,
Just
tiny,
to-
tiny,
just to
tiny
hold it.
little pieces, just to hold it down. And
Before you epoxy it.
yeah, yeah, you could use this at the last point, or even after you epoxy it, you can do it. But I would recommend it. Make sure that it's nice and snug. Okay, that looks good, except for that end piece is thinner. See it?
Oh yeah.
All right.
I wonder if that's sea glass.
Yeah. Okay, so there, that one's good. That was really, I think it's going to be fine. Huh?
Okay.
So 7. Now Gloria's going to do the next 6 rows.
Okay. I'll do one
Yeah.
to see if
Here's
I.
some glass.
Okay. Let me put these here, and I'm gonna do the second one.
Okay. Pretty colors.
Pretty. I like pretty colors. I like
You
colorful
like
colors.
colors,
I
yeah,
like
yeah.
colors. Okay, so I'm gonna
Gloria,
put
Gloria.
this one in, like that.
Now, okay,
Is that about right?
that's fine. Yeah. So, again.
Do you like to get different sizes, like small and,
And
large?
then also, I like to not have them all like at the same
Oh,
thing. So if
tilt
you had
it.
a piece, like you could stagger it.
okay.
See what I mean? Just to have a
Yeah.
little bit of a gap so they're not all lined. Some of them could be lined up. You're not going to notice it that much. But
Yeah.
I think it looks better if.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's
Okay.
like that.
All
I gotta see.
right. Okay. Doing great. Yeah.
Okay. The white one. Okay.
There's 3.
Ooh, that's a pretty long.
Yeah, pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Whoa.
that. Love that.
Where'd you get that?
It's a surprise. It's a surprise. It's kind of fun to see what you're gonna get. It is a kind of cute little one that we can. Okay, so you just put them in as however you want. Ooh. I'll put that one in. Okay, got these all in
Okay.
the way I want them, and then I'm gonna do
Another row.
like Paul
You have to do
says.
6 more rows now.
Okay, but I'm gonna do the tape too, and then. You want to turn it off? Or you want me to do it all?
Yeah, I think you ought to do the glass first because you might want to move some of them.
Okay.
When you get all your pattern done, you might say, oh, that looks kind of goofy over there, so let's move that glass over here and so on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here we are.
All right.
Gloria, you did such an amazing job of getting all the 7 strands attached into the string.
Can you see how
See 'em? They're all
beautiful
there,
job?
and
Whoops,
then
that one
the
slipped
string
in.
is taped down onto the box so they're nice and tight against the glass. Okay, so the next project, the next thing we're going to do now is mix the epoxy, and the epoxy we're using
Called Amazing.
amazing epoxy, like from
And it
Michael's-
comes,
yeah.
yep, it comes in, I'm learning all this.
All right.
It comes in an A bottle
A bottle and a B bottle.
and a B bottle.
But what we've done, because you know you're not going to need a whole lot to attach this, we have smaller vials of A bottle and B bottle. So what we're going to do is
And he's mixed, how much? Like maybe a
they're
teaspoon?
just a tiny amount. We have this much in each
Can you see it?
each container, just a tiny little bit. You can see the dotted
Looks like
line
about
right
a
there, yeah.
teaspoon
Right.
or so.
So what the next step then is you're going to get this with your packet. Is we're going to take the lids off, the A and the B, and I was going to pour the A into the B. If you would like to pour the B into the A, it's your choice.
Oh, okay.
And they're going to be mixed. Right. They're going to slowly mix into. Now, the mixing time. I'm going to hold that.
Yep.
Let it dribble in there. The mixing time. The stirring time is 5 minutes, right?
Okay.
After the 5 minutes, you have about probably a half an hour or so of working time to do that. So I use,
That's
you know,
why,
what do you call these things?
oh, chopsticks.
Chopstick, yeah.
But any kind of stick. Popsicle sticks.
Yeah, any
Stick
kind of a
from
stick.
the
A stick is
yard.
good. Yeah.
Is that it?
Nope, we're gonna get, let me scrape it out.
Okay.
We're gonna try to get as much of A and B together. The thing of it is, I tried doing glue gun and let me have that right here. Glue gun and different other types of adhesives, and nothing works better for permanent connection of monofilament to the glass as the epoxy. All right. So we're gonna mix. Stir it. You stirring it. It clouds up a little bit and stir for 5 minutes. All right.